So those were gone. And then I bought a big gas stove, and that wouldn't work. It wouldn't screw on the canisters, and had all sorts of problems. So then I thought, well, it's cheaper. It's better, maybe. Wasn't better. Not better. Doesn't get hot enough. So it took a very long time. Also, I included the whole skull, all the skin, all the eyes, everything. And so that didn't help any either. So it took a lot longer. And because of that, I actually overboiled, I think, all of these. They looked good for a while, but then I boiled them again, and yada, yada, yada. Now they're all cleaned up, and I'll show you. So this is the biggest one, and actually it turned out probably the best. And it's not my deer. I didn't get that one. My buddy Chris. But first, let's go through the process. Hey guys, it's Preston today. Wanted to give you a little info on what I did recently. I actually went on a hunt, got my first buck ever. Not really a trophy hunting guy, but this was really exciting for me because I got on this ranch and some family friends, and they said, hey, you can shoot whatever you want. I said, well, whatever I want? What do you mean whatever I want? They said, you can shoot whatever you want. I said, we're getting out of the gator, and I go, hey, if I see a massive buck, you say I can shoot it, right? Yes, you can shoot it. Are you serious? Yes, you can shoot it. Okay, all right, great. So this deer hunt was a hunt where they needed us to take off as many deer as possible to help improve the genetics and some things that I'm not really super familiar with, but basically helps you to grow bigger bucks and better quality deer and be able to improve the hunting population and for generations, right? So for their kids and their grandkids and all that, they'd be able to help them. Long story short, we were able to shoot several bucks. I shot, I think, 2 myself, and some does and some smaller spikes and stuff as well. Bunch of deer. It was amazing. We donated a lot of the meat to an organization in Texas that takes the meat this year, and they've done it for a few years, but now the entry fee is free, so they're just accepting the meat and then they're processing it, so that was really awesome for us. And then we also processed some of them ourselves, and I have one that is actually at a butcher right now, and they're going to be making some stuff that I can't make, like sausage and a hamburger, because I don't have the equipment to do all that. So they're going to do that. But I wanted to save some money. I didn't want to spend a lot making these into trophies because I like the simplicity of it, and I also wanted to, like I said, save some money. And so I decided to do this myself. And what I mean by do this myself is, you see in the description, is to do a European mount, is what it's called. And basically it's just the top part of the skull with the antlers, and you put it on wood or some cool background of some sort. And yeah, so I thought, hey, pretty easy process. You get it, you put it in some chemical, and it dissolves all the skin, and then like a couple hours later, you're done. Well, I didn't do it exactly that way. What I learned is it's more of a process than that. I had let these deer sit for a couple of days, 3 or 4 days, 2 or 3 days, I guess, because I don't have a big freezer. Otherwise, I would have frozen them, and they would have stayed preserved. But they're starting to get a little nasty, and I didn't really want to mess with them. Sorry, kind of gross. I mean, I've gutted plenty of deer, but I just didn't want to mess with a bunch of rotten skulls. So I decided to go against what people say on YouTube and other places and put the entire skull into the boiling water, which is also what I learned. It's not chemicals. There's probably chemicals you can use, but it's actually boiling water that you use with a few other things. So one, you need a big pan, I think it's like a 16 quart, maybe bigger, depending upon the size of deer that you have. It'd be better to keep it off of the bottom of the pan, something that I've learned. 2, you need baking soda. Kind of one of those standard sized boxes of baking soda should be fine. You're gonna pour that entire thing into the water. And then 3, you want a little bit of dish soap. And the dish soap, what it does is it kind of degreases the skull and the skin, and helps to kind of keep also the smell into the pot, because it is a little smelly. And then, yeah, you get a cool process. wife getting home, as you can tell. Anyways, I think I was telling you everything about it. But this is the pot that I used. It's a little too small, so I'm gonna do is a bigger pot. I also made the mistake of getting this burner, which is kind of all over the place, but it is an electric burner, and it just didn't get hot enough. I think I bought a gas burner, but then because it was right after Thanksgiving, all of the single burners were out because everybody fries their turkeys, so those were gone. And then I bought a big gas stove, and that wouldn't work. It wouldn't screw on the canisters and had all sorts of problems. So then I thought, well, it's cheaper. It's better, maybe. Wasn't better. Not better. Doesn't get hot enough. So it took a very long time. Also, I included the whole skull, all the skin, all the eyes, everything. And so that didn't help any either. So it took a lot longer. And because of that, I actually overboiled, I think, all of these. They looked good for a while, but then I boiled them again, and yada, yada, yada. Now they're all cleaned up, and I'll show you. So this is the biggest one, and actually it turned out probably the best. And it's not my deer. I didn't get that one. My buddy Chris LeClaire got that one. And then this one is mine. And actually it overboiled probably the most, and it's my biggest first buck, which is really cool. Very happy and proud of it, but also didn't expect it. And you can see my dog actually chewed off the front, which is super cool. So now it has more of a rustic look. And after 4 hours of work, or maybe longer, if you include the hunt and the skinning and the cleaning and the processing, yeah. Frustrating, but whatever. And then this is another one. This is the second one that I shot, which also turned out pretty decently. Again, you can see I overboiled it. These sections should be covered a little bit more. But I'm not really worried. I'm probably gonna spray paint them, maybe white, clean them up a little more or something. But yeah, they actually turned out really darn clean. So once I clean off the antlers a little bit, you can tell like there's pretty much nothing, there's a little bit, but there's pretty much nothing left on this that is nasty. It looks a little dirtier in the camera than it actually is. Let's look at this one. Again, pretty darn clean. That it's hard to see. It looks nasty. It's really not. It's just like a few pieces that are left. All the interior is clean. It smells pretty clean. A little nasty, but pretty clean. And once I do my final clean and probably like a coat of some kind of a preserver, I think we'll be good. Fingers crossed. Worst case scenario, I chop off the tops and I use it as just a skull cap. But I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna try it this way. So my suggestion, don't get an electric burner, use a gas burner because it will be much hotter and much quicker. And actually, I think I could have cooked the entire skull in a gas burner with a hotter liquid for a short amount of time, maybe like an hour or 2 hours, not had to mess with cleaning off the skin and all that stuff first. But next time I am gonna clean off the skin, probably immediately when shooting the deer, just to be done with it. And then I can just plop it right in water, baking soda, dishwasher, dish detergent, soap, stuff, and then be good to go. I brought a pair of tongs, super cheap tongs. So for the equipment that I bought, probably 30 bucks, maybe. Cheap pair of tongs, and I would go out there maybe every 30 minutes or an hour and scrape off stuff. Pull skin off, pull eyes out, pull ears off, blah, 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 all that kind of crap. Again, should have been done before. I would recommend you do it before, but worst case scenario, it does work. And hey, I enjoyed it. Honestly, like I said, if it was hotter water, I think it could be done with the whole head, skull, bottom jaw, everything. Yeah, so long story short, that's an update on that. I wish I had gotten a video sort of doing the process, but it is really nasty. I'm gonna show you a couple pictures of before and after. Maybe if you wanna see that, don't look. If you don't wanna see it, but yeah, go for it. Thanks.